Welcome to Van Life. It's a working title.
It's a working title. Brody's so mad at you if he'll come at us with lawyers.
If you're watching this on YouTube or you're actually seeing the video version, you can see what we are currently living in, at least kind of. I'm sure we're going to do an MTV Cribs style breakdown of what we've been living in. But this is a little bit of a sneak peek of the air mattress being folded up with all the other nonsense.
We're so grunge, we didn't even let the air out of that to try to make it look a little bit more respectful.
No, this is a raw cut of what we're living.
Man, we're 7 days in, and it's certainly it got real fast. Like as far as the
we're already one tournament down.
Yes.
D-Lo's over.
Yeah, Michigan will be in the books tomorrow.
I mean, we can break down because we haven't done anything breaking this down, so we can talk about what's going on. But yes, we left last Tuesday. We arrived in Milford, Michigan. We got here for the Discraft Great Lakes Open. We played a course, just a local Michigan course, Black Locust. If you're around here, played that Tuesday.
It's on the same park property as Toboggan. Toboggan's with a temp, so this is more their local. Nice little course.
It was fun. It was
considering it had 2 18 holes with 2 tees each.
Yeah, we were playing close to dark. It was fun. A lot of cool little shots going on. That was our Tuesday. Wednesday then was we just sat and we did. We had
to pump out some twig. We had to work on some of our other projects.
We were writing, we were scripting,
so
we were editing,
and then doing everything behind the stuff minutia that nobody understands how long or difficult that it does take.
Yeah, because that's when we stayed in Starbucks for like hours. Yeah. We got there like 9 in the morning and stayed there till.
And this is what's kind of fun with this one because, man, we don't even prep. Like, we're just going to put... we put a camera on and
this is like just spit. The unfiltered, uncut version of what a lot of people ask for. If you've been a fan for a long time, you could also throw this back to the spit out. You could throw this back to other like podcast things that we did when no one really cared about us or what we did. Now we somewhat have a platform somewhere else where people are finally asking for this style of content. So we're bringing it to you in the van and a Tim Hortons parking lot right now.
Yeah, random Tim Hortons.
Closed down.
Yeah, closed down Tim Hortons in Milford.
But then I got to watch Bert Kreischer, the comedian, play disc golf, who happens to be pretty bad at disc golf, if you were wondering. But there was this little raffle going on where you can pay $15 for a raffle ticket, or there's something for the Paul McDuff Foundation where they're raising money for something, or I don't know, it was some charity. But you can play alongside some of your favorite pros, or Bert, some being Paul McBeth, AB, Calvin, Katrina Allen.
Oh, man, they had Calvin there?
Calvin was there.
I'm kind of surprised Discraft didn't do, like, just their boys type. You know what I mean? Like, Holland.
Maybe they
have enough of a lineup, too, of.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of
maybe they needed someone to fill in. McBeth also only threw a couple of holes.
Oh.
Per AB also, when I asked, he said he was McWashed.
Oh,
so
nice.
Write that down if you wanted to know that.
AB can get away with saying that.
Yeah, he can. But then the tournament arrived on Thursday, and the thing about Toboggan, if you guys haven't known, if you haven't heard, the hills going up and down those things is taxing. Absolutely taxing on the body.
Man, I was worried about coming in. I think we've discussed it. You know what I mean? I kind of covered it with you. I said, man, I'm worried about being here in 90 degrees on these hills.
Yeah.
Luckily, we had some great weather. As much as like rain was terrible. The first day was raining, delays, everything along those lines. But then it was 70s for a couple of days. And the hottest day was only the final day, which was like 90 plus. But we did just get off the course playing today. So we played in the same weather as pretty much yesterday. And man, throwing, as much as taxing and tiring as those hills were, just spectating, throwing, that course is just another level of absurdity.
It's a beast, man.
Yeah, man.
Just those hills and what you have to do. I felt like I was putting basically full shots every shot. No matter if it was my approach, no matter if it was off the tee, no matter where I was landing, I felt I was still a max distance drive away from the basket. And I just felt like towards the end, my arm was feeling it because I was just throwing all these power shots, and you just were walking everywhere. There were times, and this is a temporary course, where you are just aimlessly walking from hole to hole, which is a little bit of a bother to me. But overall, the property itself was absolutely beautiful. One of the hardest layouts and courses I've ever played, and I love the challenge. We played double style.
I mean, to give a frame of reference, Austin, not to cut you off.
No, you're good. You're good.
We've been to championship level courses.
Yep.
We've experienced championship level courses. We've played Idlewild. We played Preserve. You know what I mean? You've played Ledgestone.
Yeah.
We've hit these courses, and this one just never made you feel great. Like those other ones, like you can kind of hit a line, or you can hit a par, or you can get this, and you're like, cool. Like, man, like even if you get that, you just know you're climbing up another damn ass steep hill, like just to throw back down.
I remember throwing shots too on those downhills where your disc looks like it's going a mile, and then you start to see it land. You're like, oh my god, that's like 100 feet shorter than I thought it was going.
Yeah, man, and everybody, man, all the couch heroes that are gonna like watch the Jomez and watch the live coverage and see where these guys land. You're not hitting there. You're you're lucky to get there in probably 3 with these elevations. In all honesty, like you see them and you're like, how do they get up half that hill? That one where it goes up and then to the left, man, it's
14.
later. Yeah, somewhere around
14.
And like that one is like you see them get that in 3, and there's no chance I'm reaching the top of the hill in 3.
Yeah, now seeing that eagle shot, I don't know what round it was. If it was 3 or 2 or whatever. When he was throwing from basically the bottom and he parked it.
Yeah.
Oh my! I can't even imagine. It's so steep.
Yeah.
Where I threw basically into the hill, and I don't know how I would do better. Genuinely.
Man, yeah. No, there's a few on there where you're like, just the enormity of it too. And we're playing without the OB lines. Like I couldn't imagine, like you need not only do you need 500-foot distance on this course, you need 500-foot accuracy on this course.
Yeah.
Like especially with the OB lines. So we had it easy. Mm-hmm. And if you got in the rough, man, it's over. Like you don't even like after going and finding discs a few times in the rough, like the next time you throw it, you're almost considering leaving it. Like it's that like punishing, dense, brutal.
There's thorns. It's thick. You can't see. My legs just feel like torn up, and my arms have scratches just from the amount of time.
It's fucking great. I don't like. We're also like. It sounds like we're like really.
No, I loved it.
Yeah,
I loved
awesome.
every second.
It's really incredible. But like, if you guys are just visiting and you get the opportunity to play, like, make sure you really got some time.
Oh, you have to dedicate some hours, though, and bring a friend, bring 2 friends.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be out there, you're going to be hiking, you're going to be looking for discs, you're going to be angry.
Yeah.
But just know at the end of the day, you played Toboggan. I don't know if it's the top 10 rated course.
Yeah, I'm almost sure it's top 10, possibly top 5.
Definitely going in one of my favorites. And, you know, we recorded the entire round, so that's going to be out there in content land somewhere.
That's
might
pretty
be out
scary for some of my rough shots today.
Yeah, but it should be funny for the people back at home. So they can see how well we shot, I should say. So stay on the lookout for that over on the JK Disc Golf channel.
So let's get back to Digla. What were your feelings? How'd you think?
The most packed tournament I want to say ever been to. I can't really remember 2022 Worlds.
2022 Worlds was supposedly like the record most
amount of people.
Yeah. And I remember there's like a big photo of like all the people on the bridge. I was in that shot. But like I think you and I were hopping around that you never really like got the full impact. And like, man, on 18 we were like we were able to get so close to the action. Yeah. And like we just didn't understand the enormity. But like when I was at Northwoods that one day and I saw everybody coming down that lead card, and where I was like, man. And I think like this course is also deceiving because like there's pockets of people, like, and there's pockets where you're like, I don't even know why you're there.
People are just posted up, sitting in the randomest places.
Like,
and
I don't understand it at times, and like, but it was packed. The crowds are great. I do want to shout out some of them, at least the attendees of this. It's kind of, we jokingly make fun of a lot of the comments we hear from fans that kind of like are interesting at times.
They're bad takes.
It's
okay.
Yes,
it's okay.
That's politely saying it. They just dumb.
Yeah. Sometimes you just be hearing things where it's what?
Like
what? Like I was watching the Skins, or the end of the Skins. Someone's like, really want Eagle McMahon to win. And I was like looking, I was like, what is this guy talking about? Just to see Kyle Klein wearing an Eagle jersey. I'm like, bro, you don't know who Kyle Klein is? Like, and we're confusing it for Eagle? Like,
there's so many people that are, but what I do want to give a shout out to at least the people that attended. Probably one of the most intelligent fans at an event that I've experienced, like, thus far. Like, really well known, really well educated as far as disc golf, knew what they want. You had people that came back for multiple years. Now, I want to give them credit. because I also want to give them. I also want to tear them down a little bit because those damn lines for those discs was a little excessive, guys.
Bro, yeah.
Like, there was no need.
The 20-year anniversary buzz line was insane.
Yeah, and the cicada.
And we were at Las Vegas earlier this season.
Yes.
We were in line for the Saxon Firebird, and this line was bigger, and at least I think so.
Yeah. Granted, it was raining, but it was. Yes, this was certainly. Man, this was packed. And then and the best part is like, man, they have so many of these discs. Like, like they're not concerned with them running out at the turn, like in the line that much. In all honesty, because I don't think Discraft, like the Sextons are a little different. They had limited quantities, and I'm sure Discraft did. But these are
unlike
super
the really rare people flip. Because the funny part to me was we obviously are getting there super earlier in the morning to catch the FPO. And there's people standing in line.
12 p.m.
Yeah.
Some people were sitting in line for a 6 p.m. release.
Yeah.
1 p.m. for a 6 p.m. release.
Just
that is not smart. Like as much as you guys know the game, know the play,
at the same time,
you're dedicated Discraft fans, I guess.
There were people standing in line that early for the Burt Kreischer releases, man.
Yeah.
Like, think about that.
Man. Yes.
Think about that.
Yeah.
The best part, too, about being here at Deglow, we got to see Bear Bite, and at least I saw firsthand the challenge.
Dude, you and Bear Bite were like best buds.
Me and Bear Bite get along, man.
You and Bear Bite were fans.
Me and Bear Bite got along. We were interacting with each other. We were taking over the entire scene there because everyone would talk to Bear Bite and no one knew who I am, so it was awesome.
Yeah.
And then I had Bear Bite, going like, Lucas, the disc off fertile. I'm like, nah, man, like we're good. We don't need to do that
Bear
here.
Bite's twang is kind of out there, man. I know I've watched the videos.
Alabama.
I know, but
Alabama
in person, that twang is thick.
But he actually got to interact with Burt Kreischer, and the challenge is accepted. It's supposed to happen later on. So we wait for more details on there. I really hope it happens. I really hope this wasn't just like a yes and we don't see anything from it.
Guys, I would love to know your opinion because mine is that it's not going to happen.
Yeah, I'm leaning that way too.
Like, Burt is just too crazy busy.
Super busy.
And like, man, like the only way it works is like it's not going to be this huge, like I think like they have two different agreements here. Like I think like Bear Bite, God bless him, wants a big production, wants a community involved. I think that's awesome. I think Burt's like, yeah, I'll meet you up for a round on one of these days when I get a chance. Like, you know what I mean? So, like, it's interesting to see. But, like,
part of me thinks that the event speculate type is right up Burt's alley, and he just might be there for it. But it's got.
Hey, and I'll give Burt credit because on that day that he was doing autographs, there was rain, there was poor weather, and like when there's lightning, guys, they make everybody go back to their cars. You're not allowed to be on the course, liability reasons for sure. But what's most impressive is like Burt came back, and Burt still signed. Burt still was there for the fans. I thought that was for an event that he's not tied to that much. That's pretty damn impressive. Like, shout out for him on doing that. Like, I think that was really cool.
The Fly Mart, kind of lame.
Sucked.
We didn't. Every day there was just kind of the same shops. Nothing. If you weren't there for the Discraft special releases and the Deglow drops, which I had no business. I wasn't standing in any of those crazy lines. Drew wanted me to stand in line for one. Even that was like people were standing in line at 9 a.m. I wasn't going to do that.
Yeah.
So
man, if we could say, first of which, shame on your friends. If any of my friends or disc golf friends, which I have few of, but
do you have any?
I keep it tight. I don't like to tell them out loud because we're obscure, but we'll keep it tight.
Cool.
But anyways, no, I don't.
I was just saying, you got no friends.
I don't. Like, I don't. You got me off tangent on that. That's even.
No,
better.
you're gonna talk ish about people asking to get discs. It's fine though, because if you're here, Drew's a disc golf collector though. He loves those discs.
I ain't waiting in line, bro, for you.
Yeah,
and
if he saw line, he would understand.
And we're not due back for 2 months, and like we're filming and doing so much.
He said if I had the chance, if it was a small line, I would have tried, but there was just absolutely no shot I could stand in that line.
We're just gonna sit out.
There was only like 4 or 5 tents. It wasn't anything to shop for really. Which
no, and it was all
right.
Discraft, and you had a large Discraft, and you had a large Ledgestone, and they pump out everything in every different plastic way. The only thing that I may have wanted out of those disc releases, I didn't see what any of the flight numbers of the Cicada would, so that might have been interesting. But I think the only one I probably would have wanted was the Page one. I think she had.
I heard people were talking about the passion.
Yeah, I think it was like a
lot of people were
passion
talking
and
about
like
that.
a weird jawbreaker / blend.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool. So that's the only thing I might have like been willing to get. But other than that,
The
no.
food situation at D-Glow as well. It seemed like there was only 2 food trucks. There was one that was like just hot dog based, and then there was a barbecue joint, as well as some Kona Ice.
Yeah,
These are shaved ice.
Yeah, shaved ice.
Shaved ice.
Man, I'm gonna like. I know Jay's the more the food guy here, but like,
Not really, even really.
yeah, but you could be.
I could be.
Yes.
I'm trying.
I thought the food options were terrible. It's a 4-day event. You had no selection. All of them were the same. So if you're there attending the 4-day event, like you're getting the same menu. The neat thing with like Ledgestones, all their vendors had a different venue every day, for the most part, or most of them did. So you had options and selections. And then me not eating meat also. When you only got like one option, it's kind of rough. Like, you know what I mean?
Veggie dogs.
Yeah, that's so. But like, I get it. Like, it's different. It's cool to like experience different tournaments and what they have. And I think like Ledgestone did it better with the food.
I will say I had the best deal that I've had all tour with.
Price wise, yeah.
Price wise, with 2 hot dogs, chips, and a drink for $11. I want to say I paid some absurd amount of money for. I think it was literally $10 for a hot dog at
Preserve.
Something absurd. I was like,
But even Preserve changed their menu too. Like
yeah,
they did like hot dogs one day, burgers one day, or like chicken. They had different stuff.
yeah, and they had like another stand.
But their
going
prices
on.
were really
Dude, they were
up
like
there
through the roof.
And I think they were like just like
even Emporia.
volunteers cooking.
Emporia, I remember spending like a good amount of money on something that didn't get a lot. So yeah, I like the price wise, and if you like hot dogs, I mean, you had that option. But other than that, limited. It was all right. It was meh. Meh. And it was kind of even below meh. I'm not gonna lie. 2 options is not enough. I think. 'Cause if you're there for 4 days,
yes,
like you're there, and if you're there for us, we were there for FPO, MPO. You're there for all day.
Yeah,
If you're relying on that as being one of your option is lunch.
Hey, can we go back to the preserve since this is our first one? Because I thought it was really funny with our preserve story, food options.
Oh,
remember where we didn't like go all the way down, and we thought like we got really mad where we're like, man, the only food you have here is like cookies and coffee. Yeah. Like, what the hell's going on? And then we walked and
go to the second
like
half
14
of the course,
or like the back half of the course, and we're like, oh, here's all the food. Like, we went like damn near like 3/4 half a day without even realizing it. So. But yeah, I think it's a fun, interesting criteria because like people who don't get to experience it. And I also want to retract, like, first of which, guys, like for those not in the know, we do get media passes to attend these events.
Yeah.
So we're not paying. We're not paying VIP.
We get all like that behind the ropes little access. So there are select like places where it is technically the step up instead of the general admission. You have to go above and beyond and get the VIP passes to get access to these locations. Yeah. So that's, in reference, we are in those spots.
So like what we experience is probably, you know what I mean, the ins and outs of VIP without some of the added features. Like, we're not getting the shirts or any of those promos. We're just getting entrance. So, but it would be cool to talk to somebody and see like what they felt with all the, because I think they got a bag, a shirt, and a disc. Like, so it'd be interesting to see that.
Well, I would say if you're going to attend a DGPT event or you're planning to ever spectating one, go VIP. Especially if you're going multiple days, get VIP.
Yeah, as much as it is a higher price tag, it's.
You don't need the VIP Plus or whatever where you get a bush now with it, but go with
you don't need that. Yeah,
get all the 10 action.
Unless you want that added like bonus time with a pro or whatever they're offering. But no, VIP is nice. The snacks come in huge, especially for like first event poor planners that you see plenty of. And then, you know what I mean? Like the holes access, like this last tournament, hole 5 was worth the VIP. Like being able to get behind on hole 5 was certainly worth the VIP and having that access to that. So it is so I do want to shout out that. So we kind of get to experience a little bit of that VIP access. If you ask me, a little too much at times. But like, it's understandable. I know where they're going for. But yeah, I just kind of want to bring that all together so we can kind of just explain, what to expect. And man, I can also understand like people coming out to one day, not like if you're coming out one day, I think you can rough it without a VIP access. I think you got to plan well.
Yeah.
Like if you're coming out one day, but if you're coming multiple days, like Jay said, get a VIP. It's worth it. You'll enjoy it. And I don't think like you've been to more tournaments than this year. Like, have you ever been like, nah, I wouldn't have done that?
No.
Yeah.
There was some better events than others. Like Emporia, you really didn't need the VIP because everything was fair game except a few spots. This event, you kind of needed the VIP or a lot was cut off. And that might be just coming with the more woods. It's hard to control people. And you obviously want to get the people who pay a little bit extra, the more prime spots, so you give them the locations. But in my eyes, too, they're still working things out. The solutions isn't solved yet. They're going to continue working on different things. And I think moving forward, just the VIPing, what you're getting is going to get you what you want out of a disc golf event.
Man, so let me ask you this. If you had to give it a grade overall.
D-Glow?
Yeah, D-Glow as a whole.
Yeah.
What grade are you giving it?
An 8.4. I've been thinking about this, actually. I'm giving it an 8.4.
Man, you're doing numbers. I was going like letter grade.
No, I want out of 10. Out of 10.
Okay, 1 out of 10. 8.4?
8.4.
So
And that's a pretty...
That's a B, right?
Out of
that's
the,
like a middle B?
Out of the 84%, I would say.
All right, yeah, I know. But that's like 85 is close to a middle B.
You're fair game. I will say I've been to 7 events this year. This is probably the highest one I would rate.
Ooh. Over Ledgestone, huh? I'm going to go...
No, not over Ledgestone. I forgot about Ledgestone. Right. I forgot about Ledgestone.
Yeah, so like I've been to Preserve. I've been to Ledgestone. I've been to this one. I think I'm going to go a little bit lower. I'm going to go 8.1. 8.1 on this one. And I think what knocked it was like a little bit of the food options.
Yeah, that was knocking down to me. Partly, it gets knocked down a little bit of it being so taxing on my body because I only want to walk it a certain amount of times before I'm over it.
Yeah.
Where, like Ledgestone, I can walk around in Eureka forever. But there are good post-up spots. I've never really been a poster at disc golf events where I just sit on one hole. But I actually really enjoy doing it at Toboggan, hole 10, hole 5, hole 3.
Yeah, we really posted up a lot
I
more
did
on
enjoy
this
seeing the array of different players and interacting with different players that now we have these connections with and having a little bit of conversations with people. It's fun.
Awesome, man.
That was D-Glow. We're going to have one of these, I would say, probably after every single event, getting our inside perspective on what we're doing, what we got going on, how we're living.
Yeah, whenever we're in a random parking lot and we got nothing to edit or record, right?
Might as well
pop up the camera.
We are not headed to Rochester. We've decided against that. We're headed to Pennsylvania tomorrow to play a course, do some editing, do some things like there, and then head to Queens after that for a little bit of a
little family time.
Yeah, a little family time, rest up before big push for Worlds where we have a lot of content coming out your way.
Be on the lookout. More to come.
That's going to wrap up this nameless podcast that maybe you guys will enjoy. Make sure that if you guys did enjoy it, subscribe to this channel, like so we know to keep doing this, comment, and hey, hopefully we see you next week for another one of these things.
What about just the van?
The van. The van.
All right, guys. Peace.
Later.